So before starting the video, let me confuse you as Feynman, the scientist, told. Okay, before you are getting an enlightenment, you should be confused in a chaotic sense. So before you are getting an enlightenment, your mind should be confused state. So let me confuse you first. So you have this integral sine x squared. Why I'm doing this video is I made a video before some days, and you people were very anxious and very eager to watch it. So I am making this video again for my North Indian and English audience. So this is the sine x squared. So what they are telling is Jacobian is nothing but you separate an integral in this form and you just map it linearly, transform it. What is linear transformation? You have a square like this and you just take this point along this curve. In here it is 1 comma, see a point 2, suppose it is in here it is 0.1 comma 1 is over here it is minus 1 comma 0.1, and when you just trace a curve like this, it is being transformed here in some manner. So it is just like an joke where you have a cat in here can turn into a rat in there. Oh my god, what are you telling? A cat in here can turn into a rat. How? In from this coordinate to here. So when you have a very big cat is supposed to be a very big one, and when I'm just clicking this animation, you can see that it is tracing a curve. So minus 1 comma 2 over here is something very different. So it is being transformed, pushed out. Okay, it is being transformed or pushed out. So in this manner, there are lots of kind of transformations happening. So this Jacobian, when you just take it over here, you have the same thing. So in here, what happens is that the number of evenly or equally separated thing is being squished over here. As you can see here, it is compressed over here and it is expanded over here, as you can see from that. So let me confuse you first. So this is how the Jacobians come into action. So what they are doing is that when you just increase the sum using the Jacobian transformation, the gap nearly vanishes. How can I explain it that to you? So you have like this. So I will take you a numerical substitution. So the same thing what they are telling is that when you just do that sine x squared, what happens is that you can't see that over here. Okay, you can't see that over here. So the main thing is, so I have just mistakenly plotted sine x22. So I am going here and I am just plotting sine x squared. So why is it that it is not unevenly as you can see here, in here it is not compressed or in here it is not expanded. Why it is not expanded or compressed over here? Okay, when I do that, so I have to tell you, integral is not only about areas. Okay, so when you just increase the number of squares, it just diminishes equally. But why are they telling that it does like that? So you make a substitution, you make a symbolic calculation, analytical calculation, you make x squared and it becomes 2x. And I will tell you this in a manner. So a point over here becomes a square over here, nearly becomes as I am showing you here. Okay, as I am showing you here, point in here, if you have a rectangle like this, okay, I am showing you a rectangle, and rectangle over here can be a different curve over here. Okay, can be a very different curve over here. Okay, for this transformation, this is called transformation. This is called transformation. How it is being used in neural networks and finite element analysis, I made a video. So this is an extra bit I can tell you. So why is this happening? So let me show you in a sense. So you have a number of squares. So you just add up the number of squares. Okay, you just add up the number of squares and you get an, so in here you have number of squares under a curve. So you just draw a curve now. So you are just drawing a curve. So I am just drawing a square under a curve or a rectangle under a curve. Okay. So one is very large and one is very long. And in that manner, okay. So in that manner, I have n number of squares which tends to infinity. Okay. So, okay. So it happens like this. So what happens is that in here, the 2x, what you are seeing here is the scaling factor. So it compresses and diminishes. So 0.5 times the squared is 2x is what? Okay, 2x, 0.5 divided into 2x. You just put it in a calculator and see. Let me put it in a calculator and see. So 0.5 into 2x. I think it is nearly 0.25. Okay, so it is being scaled. It is being scaled 0.25 into 2. It is 5. So 0.5 into 2. It is nearly 1. But in here, what happens is that you are doing x squared. Okay, so x squared means 0.5 the whole squared. 1 by 2 the whole squared is 1 by 4, so it is 0.25. So what happens is that the every line over here is being diminished over here, and the every thing is expanded over here. Then okay, this is what you are telling to us. But in here, what happened is that it doesn't happen like that. It is equally separating because we have not substituted the scaling factor. This is called the determinant 2x dx, and we are finding it and putting it, and also we are also moving the limits also. As you can see here, we are moving the limits also. So even in polar coordinates, we are doing it. So x plus y dy and x plus, which is being transformed to a newer coordinate, the points will be shifted. Okay, let's come back to this AutoCAD. So what is happening? So you have a command in AutoCAD called SCALE, scale. Okay. So the scale command, as you can see from here, is so simple. Okay, is so simple that you just select an rectangle. This is what is happening in the Jacobian also. So you just select it, and what you can do is, as you can see here, you can increase the rectangle and decrease the rectangle. So you can increase and decrease it. So this may be a 0.5 which is being transformed to 0.25 into a smaller one. And another thing, you just type it again, and you just, this is being one which may be also as the same. Okay, but when you take it for the 3 dimensions also, what happens is that the same thing happens. Okay, the same thing happens. So mainly when you just extrude these things, so you just type an extrude command, ext. Okay, so in here what happens is that when you just scale these rectangles, each are being scaled in various scales. So this thing, the nearly it vanishes. So nearly the concept of the calculus is also the same. Okay, the concept of the calculus is also the same, where it nearly vanishes. Okay, the error rate nearly vanishes. So when you just uh, extrude these rectangles, there is nothing. We are just extruding it into a third dimension. Okay, we are just extruding it to a third dimension. And I will tell you, this also applied to nth dimension also. Nth dimension also it applies. So you just apply it, and you can see here. So after this, what you have to do is, I'm just transferring it to the 3D modeling case. So now what happens is that I'm going to scale each and every one. Okay, I'm going to scale each and every one. So now what I'm doing is, I'm just showing you a clear view. Okay, I'm just showing you a clear view. So in here, I'm going to scale every rectangle, and I'm going to diminish the rectangle. Diminish is something but which is getting smaller or changing accordingly to these scales. Okay, now you can increase the rectangle and decrease the rectangle in various scales. Okay, so you have it in this manner. So I am showing you the front view. Okay, I'm showing you the video may be blocked. So now what I'm doing is that I'm typing SCALE, and now if you just type it and you just want to increase it, you have to get here, and yes, you can see the rectangles are getting smaller and bigger. So this is the scaling factor. So it gets to a uniform position. Okay, as you can see from here, it gets to a uniform position where you can make your calculation pretty one. Not it cannot be thought as a pretty one, but a good one. As you can see, it expands and contracts in many places. Okay, it expands and contracts in many places. So it contracts, not contracts, it's contracts. So you have what is this so-called Jacobian. So it is being transformed, it is being changed to various positions. And what is the real essence of Jacobian? So the real essence of Jacobian can be felt in neural networks and also in finite element analysis. So the main thing is nothing but you have a red area, this, and the del A is the total area. Okay, I'm sorry. So I am decreasing the delta or the epsilon, or you can say as infinitesimal. You can see this both things become equal. No matter I take it to any part, it becomes equal. There will be some variations. So this del A and area becomes equal only when the Jacobian is being performed on it. And as you can see that it will be equal. So it is the scaling factor at the each point of the coordinates. Okay, how it can help in neural networks? What is homotopy theory? Okay, what is homotopy theory and how it can help in neural networks? So this is what you guys have been asking me. So I have given all the details on that also. So we will go through it. I'm sorry. So I have to tell you that what is homotopy. In a sense, you have to explain it to a common man. So let me show you. You have a curve or a torus like this. You want to separate it into two pieces. So you cannot pinch it. You cannot pinch it, or you cannot cut it, but you have to separate it. This homotopy theory, we are going to see how we are going to do. Okay, let me take you there. So this will be performed in various places. Okay, in support vector machines, in k-means clustering, and also in various places. So we are going to lively see it. Okay. So now let me tell you in the topological and advanced thing. So you have two curves and you want to separate it into different classified objects. So what you are doing, you are training the neural network and it is just separating the both. Okay, it is just separating the both. And now what's happening is that it is being separated. So as you can see, there is a Jacobian transformation. So this W is a random matrix, X is an vector, B is another bias, which is the same as this. As you are seeing here now, is the same as this. What is happening is that it is being transformed. This point here is being transformed. 1, 1 is being transformed to somewhere in the nth dimensional space. So you want to separate these both curves. Okay, so now what happens is that this red and blue curve could not be separated. So this is called homotopy theory. This is very strange theory that you have two rings like this, and it is being separated into the different pieces in this manner. Okay, and this is what I am telling. So there is this GL L power n is something but Galileo's fields, I think so. Okay, I don't know whether it is Galileo's fields or anything. It is really very advanced. So homotopy theory, when you have this blue and this red curve is being separated in this manner, so this is how this is being done. So let us go through the Neutron. So Neutron is an weights file viewing kind of software that is being provided by the GitHub. Sorry, not in the GitHub, it is available in the GitHub, and also you have many toolbox which you can visualize the training processes. Okay, so this Talos hyperparameter approximation like Optuna and everything is available. So I don't know whether it is available for C++, which Yodo is mainly written on that. Okay, so awesome production machine learning. Okay, you have many things. So in order to visualize, let me show you another thing called to visualize the deep neural networks. You have deep replay. Okay, deep replay. In this, the same thing happens. So you are going to separate these both cluster of points, and these cluster of points will be separated by a single line. So you can visualize these things, how it is being done. Okay, so this is being provided over the by Himanshu in his medium, or I don't think test with the uh, toward data science paper. And also you have deep tracer, which I found it is also a very good kind of a repo where you can check everything. So let me show you this deep replay. Okay, deep replay. So this deep replay is really the same what the Jacobian and the homotopy theory is doing. Okay, so I will tell you more on these things. Okay, I'll tell you more on these things. So this deep replay is an training process visualizer. Okay, you can find it on GitHub. Okay, I'm sorry. So you can find it on the GitHub, where you can see the training process, how it is being done, how these 2 points are being separated. Okay, so this is the same case in here also. Okay, so you can also see various cluster of points, how it is being separated, which is being compressed into a lower dimension. You can get greater insights into it. So please make use of this deep replay, Optuna, and all those visualizers. So after how it is being separated, so you can use, I think it can be used for object detection and k-means clustering and all those projects. Okay, even for image classifications and everything. Okay, how hyperparameter will take action. Okay, how it will take action, how it is being separated, all these you can visualize, and you can tune the model very good. And also you can use this deep tracer, which is being available. Let me subscribe this channel, it's a wonderful channel. Okay, so I will subscribe this channel. And also you can use this deep replay and deep tracker to visualize many things. So this is being given on JSON, and I can also integrate with C also, I think so. Okay, so this, let me come to the point of Jacobians. So in the Jacobians, you are separating the two red points and the blue points in a manner that you can visualize using during the training process. Okay, this is how Jacobian homotopy theory and everything is related. Okay, this is a really very advanced concept, because you have two cluster of points like this and you want to separate it in this manner. You have to use this. So to my knowledge and to my little brain, I have just gathered a lot of things to tell you. So this is what is really the meaning. Okay, you want to, this space is being wrinkled, shrink, and everything is being happening because of the Jacobian. You are just altering the weights. Okay, how are the weights being altered? How it is being done, sir? Okay, as I have told you before itself, when this point, from this point of view, the each point has a scaling factor. This is what you are finding in Jacobian, but in this Jacobian, what you are doing, you don't find that. Okay, you don't find that. And in here, each point is being transformed to some other point. Okay, so at that time, how this is happening is that when you are adjusting the weights, so no matter what kind of algorithm, RNN, CNN, or anything you take, full matrix. Okay, W is nothing but a random matrix, which can be very big. Okay, this is the weights file we are creating, I think so. Gather so X plus B is the bias, and this is the activation function. Tan could be, it could be, this is the activation function and everything. Okay, so after this, there is a probability which is being found. Okay, so this is what in a nearly in a generative adversarial networks, you just use some other thing. So these are the things you find. These transformations are happening because of the movement of the weights and bias files. So sorry, bias numbers. Okay, so when you just do it, you have to separate this both thing. We can use deep replay to hyper tune the model, and you can learn from the training process. You have to learn, that is the main motto. So I hope this tutorial is a very good one for you. So please go through this, and I will tell you another software to nearly see how this Java View, Java EW, Java View. Okay, so this is the software Java View 3D homotopy software, where you can just view lots of models. Okay, Java View software 3D. So view Java 3D. I don't think this is the that thing. Okay, this is the software which I want to show you. So let me show you from which website I got it. Okay, I'll show you the about one. So this is the Java View.de. So you just type Java View dot de www.javaview.de. Okay, so you will be taken to this page. This is an wonderful software, but this is an paid one. Okay, so what you have to do is you have lots of homotopy theory and everything, ODE solver, geodesic solver, and lots of things are there. So let me open a simple thing and show you. Browse from the disk. So in here you have lots of things. So you have to go to the vector, because in vectors you must do the kind of manifoldian things. So you have this harmonic or pretzel. So let me take a small one. Okay, let me take a small one, pretzel or a small one, and how this vector field is being affecting the manifold. Manifold is nothing but a surface or a curve which is living in higher dimensions. Okay, so when I just go to the effect, and there are lots of things. So when you just, you can see from here. Okay, so in here you have explode geometry. You just have an explode geometry where you can just start and loop, and you can just explode it. Okay, you have lots of things. So in vector I make normal vectors like this, and also in vector field you can also construct some singularities. Okay, so you can make some animations. So in here you can see how vector field nearly affects the total system. Okay, so decomposition, the geometry has no vector field. So I'm sorry that if it has a vector field, you can go and check various kinds of thing. Okay, so it's not available over here, I think so. So it may be available over here. Okay, so let me get a new one project, and in here in vector fields, let me open an Hodge decomposition. Okay, so let it open. So you are seeing here, and I'm just decomposing it. Okay, decompose it. So you can make lots of programs in this. So it comes in a very variety of packages where you can visualize the homotopy and Jacobians and everything. Okay, so this is a wonderful thing. I just have this software for more than 13 years. When I studied college, I took this. I didn't understand anything, but I'm still trying to understand it. So this is a very advanced software where you can buy it. If I have a credit card, I will surely buy it. Okay, I have just explained some of the features to you. Okay, so you can also use it for knot theory and all those things. So this homotopy theory is the same as the deep replay what you are doing. Okay, this deep replay what you are doing. So in this deep replay, the same thing you are doing in this homotopy theory also. So you want to separate these both curves in k-means clustering, support vector machines, or anything. Okay, so these are some advanced concepts in machine learning and deep learning. Okay, please try to use them. Okay, thank you. So this, I hope this thing will be a great use to you, because you can use to hyper tune it. And also there is a training loss, and you can also, there is a pruning, training loss, and lots of things are there. You can use it. Okay, so thank you. So try to use it, how homotopy theory is useful.